Wow.
Wow, this is some really deep stuff.
I don't know what just happened, but something happened inside of me. Something snapped, something.
I wasn't expecting that
either. Sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. It's beautiful.
Monster is like really small, but it had to become that to stop me.
And then the hurt child became present when you mentioned it.
And I didn't realize this until now.
There were things that I didn't remember until now.
Funny, I haven't seen that before.
And it feels like I'm the monster. I'm kind of seeing images of things, of a world where they can exist. This clarity brings all kinds of answers.
It's clear. She hugged me and then went back to her place, I guess, in my heart. Oh, it wants to come out. It wants to bippity boppity boop Cinderella me. She's melted into my chest. It's ooey gooey.
All week been finishing things, cleaning up more, started eating vegetables again last week. And it kind of just started happening. It's almost like I just finished going through a meditation session.
I feel light, when you hit that first joint, in the morning, and
I actually feel a lot more awake.
Do you know where you'd like to start today? We could continue with anything we talked about last time, or anything that's up for you.
I don't know that I have a specific place.
Okay.
It's hard for me to remember exactly where we left off last time, but you may remember better than I did.
Yeah. I have some notes. Yeah, we were talking to the part that was avoiding grieving.
I was going to say, my biggest challenge right now is finding the courage to grieve. So I guess I'm sort of in the same mind space I was then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Avoiding the grief. I'm at a place at least where I really, and it's really more and more clear to me every day that this is work that, it's not just work I have to do, it's work I get to do. I have tools and I have support just to start facing this and start moving through the grief and integrating that growth into my life. So I'm not quite as scared of it as I was, but it's still kind of a daunting task.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So we can pick up there. Just I'm still feeling really new to this, so if you can just guide me a bit.
Sure. So, what I'm hearing is that there's a part of you that's seeing the grief as a task that requires courage and that it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like that courage is in place to do that.
Correct. Yeah.
And there might be other parts that, just maybe there's the part that wants to grieve, and the part that doesn't want to grieve, perhaps,
right.
To simplify it.
Right. Yeah. I think feel more strongly toward the part that just recognizes as a task that is going to take some courage that I'm working on. That resonates with me a lot.
And when you say you feel strongly towards it, how do you mean? How's that feeling?
Well, it feels, I feel kind of I feel pulled toward it. I feel like that part of me has a little bit more of a persuasive voice in me, if that makes sense. Because I do see that it is a task, but I also do see that it's a necessary for my well-being kind of task. But I also at the same time see that I don't feel fully ready, and I'm not sure what it'll take to feel fully ready and fully confident and courageous enough. But I feel very pulled toward that. That's the voice that I hear most often when I think of my mom. And I think of my grief.
The voice saying that this is a task that needs to be done. Or...
That's needed, but scary. Yeah.
And then, okay. Does that feel like the same part that's saying that you're not ready?
This one feels a little bit more confident, I think. This one feels a little closer to I don't think this one is saying I'm not ready.
Yeah.
I think it's saying that it's really scary and I got to figure that piece out.
Okay. So maybe we would say that there's a part of you that's scared of doing it, and a part of you that says you're not ready.
Yes. Yes. There's a part that believes that I can do this and that I am ready and that I have the tools, but I'm scared. And then there's another part that says, no, you're not ready. You haven't even started to be ready, really, for this.
Okay.
I don't know how that sounds.
sounds like parts doing parts things to me.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, if you'd like to kind of target on one of those and try to change your relationship or get to know one of those better.
I think it might be good to continue with the part that is saying I'm not ready.
Yeah.
I think that may not be the loudest voice now, but I think it's maybe the most potentially harmful voice, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So where do you notice that part in or around your body or that sensation?
I would say in this moment, sort of my shoulders, my upper back, my neck is kind of stiffening against it. Preparation to, move into action with my upper body.
Okay. And is there more that you notice about it if you just keep focusing on it and kind of imagine turning towards it? Can you see any other qualities about it?
I can see that I feel like I see in this part another quality that is, I think we talked about the protection before, protecting me from the pain, but also a bit of a nurturing part, like just not just wanting to make sure that I'm in a safe space, wanting to nurture me into that safe space before I do something I'm not ready for.
Mm-hmm.
I can feel that.
How do you feel towards that part?
I feel grateful. I feel there's kind of a sweetness about it, and a sort of a singular kind of, I don't know, it doesn't seem like such a complicated part whenever I look at that quality. It simplifies, and it's a sweetness and a kindness that I can appreciate and feel safer with than the other aspects of it.
Okay. And you'd like to get to know it better now?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it will help me.
Okay. See what happens if you just let it know that you'd like to get to know it better.
Mm-hmm.
See how it reacts. And also look out for any other parts that might be jumping in and saying, no, let's not do this. Let's listen out for those too.
Yeah, almost immediately I felt a sort of a divide in the parts, so maybe it's two different parts. Like you said, it is kind of this divisiveness where yes, the nurturing part of it, the nurturing aspect is like, yeah, I do want you to know me. I do want you to trust me. But then this other part is like, no, you're not ready. And we're not going to do this. Those parts kind of seem at war with each other.
Yeah. Okay. And, I think it's really important to kind of honor any parts that are concerned. So you might ask the concern part, the part that says not ready. Yeah, what its concerns are, and you don't have to share. If it's very vulnerable feeling, you don't have to say any of that out loud. But just see if you can kind of focus on that part and ask what its concerns are.
She's, without going into specifics, she's afraid that emotionally I won't survive it.
Right.
And that I will go back to some dark places that I've been in the past that I fought really, really hard to move past.
And does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let it know that makes sense to you and that you understand that thing that it's concerned about, that she's concerned about.
Yeah.
How's she reacting to that?
She's not budging. Kind of feet planted.
Right.
feet planted. Like, I don't know, we're not going back there.
Right. And you know, it's not my agenda to make her move or do anything. I think in this conversation, we want to get to know her and help her do what she feels, you know, best doing and negotiate. So
Right. It's this sense, she's reminding me of the fine line between being okay and not being okay.
Does that make sense to you too?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
It does.
Yeah. So see if you can just keep showing her, you know, your understanding and your appreciation for her doing the job that she does, and also for, you know, maybe for her wisdom, her insight in seeing that fine line.
Right. Yeah.
There might be other parts that are trying to push past and say, "Oh, it needs to be done this way or that way," but you know, this part has a valid concern.
Yeah.
And how are you being with the part now?
I'm trying to convince her that I'm stronger and smarter now, and that I recognize that line better than I ever have before. That I have tools that I didn't have when I was in the darkness.
And are you able to see this part? You said it's a her.
Yes.
What's your proximity feel like to her right now?
Maybe 5 feet.
Okay. It might be good to see if you can invite her closer, invite yourself closer, or, you know, kind of just move into a position that lets you know that you're interested in listening and appreciating her.
It feels a little scary.
Okay.
But I feel like I want to. I feel like she wants to.
Yeah. Well, if you're okay with it, and you know, if there's a kind of a scared part, you can ask it to soften. You might thank it for its you know, wanting to be involved, but let it know that this is something you want to do and this part wants to do, just to get close to it.
Right. We can each take a step closer.
Yeah.
We're okay with that.
Yeah, that's great. You might just ask her what else she wants you to know about her job, about how it is for her.
She feels concerned that her job hasn't been appreciated, that I haven't recognized, that I've forgotten. I've forgotten all the ways that she's kept me safe, and that I'm just going to go back to the old and broken Alinda. She feels concerned about that, and she just wants to. It's like she's softening, like she's She's saying, I don't want to stop you. I just want you to be sure. I just want you to be sure that you can do this without falling into the abyss again.
Yeah.
Because it was really hard living there.
Mm-hmm.
And lonely.
Mm.
And I'm holding my hand.
Yeah. And you're okay, or are you okay experiencing all this with her, experiencing these emotions with her?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so just let her know that right now you are hearing her loud and clear, and that you're okay with hearing her.
I'm able to tell her that I hear her.
Mm-hmm.
I see her. She's the part of me that has helped me take a step back when I've almost crossed the line.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't want me to forget that. And maybe I have, but I remember today.
Yeah. And how are you feeling towards her now, having heard all of this?
I feel like I just want her to take my hand. I'm holding out, and feeling like I just want her to connect, just to feel the physical touch and the connect,
Mm-hmm.
and intimacy, and the to not be so separate from her because we were in it together.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm not going to do anything to go back there. I've worked too hard, and I have support systems in place, and I have tools,
And you have her.
and I have her.
So
Yeah.
you're not gonna, the more you develop this communication with her, the more sensitive you can be to if she sees anything that she has a concern about, you can respond.
Yes. Yes. She has to trust me. I'm trying to tell her she has to trust me because I'm better and better now. And I love myself a lot more now. And she says that she's trying to.
Yeah, I would say just stay with that kind of appreciation of what she's done, and the difficulty of her job.
Well, it feels good. It feels like a little bit of it's like a little piece inside is loosening up a little.
Yeah.
It feels comforting.
You might ask, what else she might like to do inside of you if you could free her up from this job, and so she wouldn't have to work so hard.
she just, I, she just needs, I've told her that I just need gentle reminders. But she doesn't have to work so hard to just gently remind me. And maybe have her show up as I'm reframing. I have to do a lot of reframing to get through this. And if she can show up during those activities and just remind me that I don't need her to hold a tight leash around me. She doesn't have to do all that hard work. Just to be present and be here for when I need her.
Yeah. Well, and, I would say try to put that in a question to her, because if she feels like she does, then we need to stay with the curiosity about that.
Okay. So I'm thinking questions like, are you willing to try that? And what might that look like? And what would you need from me to do that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. What would it look like? How would she like to be spending her energy?
Yeah.
If she didn't have to, like you said, have the tight leash, what would she rather be doing?
She'd rather be reminding me that I've survived. I've survived difficult things many times. That's the job she wants, I think.
Kind of cheering for you.
Yeah. Yeah. And I need to remember that I've changed. I need, not only her, but in the difficult moments, it's hard to remember. I have to know that I'm worth it.
And so, what would that look like? What would she need from you in order to know that you're doing that?
She'll need to see my self-compassion. She'll need to see me reminding myself my strength and my goodness. And in the ways I'm flawed, and embrace those as well. Just to be compassionate with myself. She would need to see evidence of that.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You might just kind of brainstorm with her about the specifics, if that's helpful to you.
Yeah.
It's kind of where, when, why, how.
Yes, my mind is moving through those things. Like what specific behaviors? Things can I give myself to be self-compassionate?
Yeah, there's the behaviors that you can do, but then there's also the communication you might have with her in the future. That could be another thing that
Yes.
you can ask about and
That makes sense.
learn what she would need there, what she would like there, and that kind of checking in.
She just keeps returning to, she just needs to hear from me that I remember how hard the fight was, and that I give us credit for that.
Yeah.
And I think I can do that. I want to do that.
Yeah.
I don't want to feed off of the fearful aspect of this part. I want to embrace the nurturing aspect.
And to unburden her from, to get her in a place where she's happy and feeling free.
Right. Excuse me.
It's all right.
It's been a heavy weight that she's been carrying.
Yeah.
And I don't think she really needs to.
You might ask if there's other parts that she's kind of contending with, if there's other parts that have been, adding to this weight that she might want you to talk to next, if you know what I mean.
There's a part she's showing me. A part that's afraid that I won't be able to love my brother anymore if I face everything.
Yeah.
That I might even hate her.
Mm-hmm. So that's what she's concerned about.
Yes.
And how do you feel hearing that from her?
Feels like someone telling me a secret that part of me has always known.
Hmm. Yeah, it's always, these parts have always been with you, pretty much.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been afraid of that. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, no, it's fine. She's seeing that part of you that maybe you haven't seen in a while, that you've, I mean, it sounds like a painful thing to think about.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And are you okay with her showing that to you in the way she just did?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's closer to the core, it feels like. part of where I need to travel to be ready.
Yeah. So you can just stay with that, kind of just showing her, thanking her for showing you that, and showing her that you're okay. You're okay hearing that. You're okay seeing it.
Yes. I recognize that her job has been tougher than I realized.
Are there other parts that you might kind of show this work to, that are observing, that might have concerns, just other parts that you might want to kind of bookmark or invite, just to see you doing this work and to see you in this place where you're able to hear, listen, understand deeply, and you're able to handle, the emotions that go along with it. Might just kind of send that invitation out to the whole system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't have any more questions for this part.
Okay. Okay.
It sounds like you know what to do. I mean, you're at least in this space with this part. You're able to handle what it says, and you're able to intuit, the questions to ask it, and hold out your hand to it, and all of that.
Right. I want to be well. I want to. I want to.
Yeah.
I want to face this grief. No matter how afraid I am, I want to face it. I'm willing to do the work. I'm willing to talk to the parts and listen and befriend them, and I'm willing to do
Yeah.
the things it takes to be ready.
Yeah, you're doing it.
Thank you for your help.
Sure.
Wow.
Thank you, and make sure you thank all those parts that had so much to share, and
yes,
their courage, cooperation.
Yeah. Thank you, James, for providing a safe space for me to do
Yeah,
this.
thank you so much. I'm honored.
Thank you. And I did sign up for a couple more appointments. I don't know right offhand, but I did.
Great.
So we'll be chatting again.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, a lot to think about. Thank you so much. It was nice getting to know you better as well.
Yeah. All right. Well, have a nice evening and
Thank you.
talk to you soon.
Thank you, James. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Do you want to help bring more self-energy to the world? If you'd like to participate in calls or help out with this project in any way, I'd love to hear your ideas. Join the Discord server or contact me at james@liveifs.com. A huge thanks to our audio engineer, Zikri, for your care and diligence in editing the calls. To every caller for your courage in sharing some of your parts. And to anyone out there getting to know their internal system, keep going. Who knows? That might be the most selfless, helpful thing you can do for others, and you're the only one who can do it. If you'd like to see us reach the largest audience, we must please the almighty suggestion algorithms at iTunes and YouTube. And they don't care about the power of IFS. They're looking for likes and shares and comments, and the sooner the better. Follow the links in the show notes right here in your podcast player to make your wishes known. And now, a minute of meditation. Or if you prefer, pull over. You can do it in 60 seconds. Just click one of those links. They're right there, and give us a like or a 5-star rating. It would really help. If you think this project is helping people, you're helping people by sharing it. Thank you.